Hello, guys. It's me, Muhammad Ali, here, live inside the group. Just coming here to do some late night edition of the LTD show, which comes to you guys every few nights, once in a while, without being scheduled. So I hope if there's anybody who can see my, maybe my voice is kind of low. Looks like it, yeah. So maybe you can hear now. A little bit. Let's see if the voice is clear. Sometimes I forget about, maybe sometimes too loud. Somebody the other day said that the voice was very, very loud, and now we don't know. So just let me know if everything is good. We can go ahead and talk about things. There's nothing to promote, just more like having conversation, talking about the LGD community, stuff like that. So, um, let me see here. Today there was an update from Lead Cart, right? Which I wanted to address a little bit, and then we go into other things and to other things and to other things. But I have to start with that one. First of all, I um, I apologize in on behalf of Lead Cart and Digital Thing that the updates that were expected this month were pushed back. Okay, the news actually came to me maybe hours before that post was made, and it didn't go well with me because I believe in keeping my word with people. I try to, sometimes you can extend time, it's all that, but at the end of the day, it's like if you feel like you can't make it within that time, you don't wait until the date and then just do that. So I don't know, I think they screwed up that big time. Mohammed messed up that part, but we're all humans. We make mistakes. Things happen, right? I'll tell you a story, okay? A story about similar story, but a little bit different. I do own a software company, and I support up to 40 schools. Each school have about 15. There is about 150 to 1,500 students in between those, right? And there's tens of thousands of kids logging into our software and also logging into teachers, parents, all that stuff. So if you actually work with education centers, it's a lot of logins and a lot of activity going on. And I've been doing this actually for the last 4 years, and it's this company. We have developers, who work on this, but this main developer, who is the architect of this system, who designed it from scratch, and he knew everything of head, right? So what happened was, and of course, just like lead card and all this, we our software is solid. It's very stable, and we never launched until it was. I tested it with my own education centers, with my schools. When it was so good that I knew it's really good, then we start selling. To be honest, we stopped selling now because the reason why we had to stop, we are actually overwhelmed by the amount of work you have to do for those 40 schools to begin with, and we hold it and then we reopen because we build a waiting list, and that's a strategy that we use. We sell it again when we have a waiting list, right? That's how it always worked. So sell for a few months, hold it, put the waiting list, sell. So anyways, the point was this: when our main developer, the key developer, one time wasn't feeling well, so he actually had to go to hospital, and things, the shipments, the developments, everything we had to do had to be moved for some time. And it actually took more than 6 months to actually get things done. It's not like we are actively developing like crazy, but there'll be some little issues here and there, very annoying, which the other developers could fix quickly, right? However, there was, because of the loads of a lot of the data that's building up so fast, the system gets very, very slow, and the schools get very upset. They put it on, and then it takes time to log in, and it needed data optimization and all that stuff. He wasn't there to do it, so it was, things like this happen in life. That's understandable. So the question, and I tried to reach out to Muhammad tonight, but he didn't respond, is maybe a developer left, right? That's something possible, right? Um, because I cannot see why it could be up to 6 months more when it was supposed to be on July 15th. First in April and then in July 15th. In any case, things happen. I know that there was an interruption by Ramadan, which was a whole month where they were fasting, and there was not a lot of activities happening. And he told me that personally. I remember that. And then there was the small stuff that was happening in the war between Israel and Palestine, because the majority of the developers are actually in Gaza, which is a kind of like a prison where they can never get out of it, unfortunately. They can't travel outside the country. They can never go buy anything from another country. They cannot travel to another city. It's just crazy place on this planet. I don't know why that's happening in 2021, but unfortunately, that is part of life. And we gotta deal that. The main developer, Islam, a lot of you guys know him, is actually based in Gaza. That's a fact. So now I'm hearing there's issues with the strikes happened, whatever happened, and there was power supply issue, internet issue. There's a lot of pressure happening uh, in that place. And one of my advice was, you know what, you gotta get the developers out of that place, but there is no way to get out of it. And situations like this are gonna happen. Things happen, and I understand it's really, really annoying and frustrating for a lot of us. But I think that Muhammad's part in which he failed was to communicate, a little bit earlier about the situation. Right? Things happen. Shit happens in life. There's nothing wrong with that. It's part of life. We all make mistakes. Things don't happen according to our plans. There's always a plan that's out there. However, I have been looking forward to this a lot. That because I've seen the preview of the product. Mohammed demoed it to me. We had all these amazing things, and it would have been the biggest, craziest thing ever to be released this year as an update, because that's what I was waiting for. I was like, I couldn't wait for it. I was the one who's bugging him, like, hey, when is it gonna be ready? When can we, see this? Are we able to do a quick deal rewind? That was our conversation that we had. But I don't know what happened in the last few days that led to this. But I would suggest Muhammad to do this, and the only way I can do is publicly tell him this, and privately told him this too, is that the version that we launched actually, to the extent that I know, works. I haven't had any issue. I did demo of it, automation with Public Connect, being able to sell it. In fact, we sold the launch on that platform itself. The launch we did was launched on lead cart itself. All the affiliates, they had an affiliate system that was amazing. Tracked all things right there. So if the launch, it was $250,000 sale, it all went through lead cart, right? So there is two things that are missing in the current version. There's no proper training showing people how it works. There's no proper documentation, and there's a lot of things that are there. It's actually very, very powerful. So that's missing. The other thing that's missing is there were bugs, there are issues. Then the support suddenly decided they'll be not working because the expectation was to release the new version. And so all developers and time and energy should be only on to version 2. And that's also the mistake they made. What you do, and I told him this is the beginning from what I told him. Did you guys know, and everybody knows this, that Brand Overflow was building version 2.0, but the 1.0 never stopped working, and it was always happening. So right now, if you go and check, we have beta version of Brand Overflow. A lot of you guys are already on there, playing with it. It's this was my suggestion to Mohammed, to go back and have version 2.0 as beta, and then people can go sign up. And while they're managing, while still fixing all the issues in version 1, let them have another one. But the way the structure is done and how they did it is that they're building a different product altogether. And so because it's absolutely from scratch, it's only gonna work, and all the integrations and everything's gonna work when they feel it's completed, and then the bugs and testing can come after. So whatever happened, and I'm gonna find out. It's not gonna be an issue, but I do hope that it's not gonna be at the end of the year. I'm gonna have to try to see what we can do to help Muhammad, to see what we can do to solve the problem, to see what we can do to help him, but more importantly, to actually fix any issues reported in 1.0 version, the first version, right? So that's my take on this. Hello, Mohammed. Yes, hello, hello. Done is better than perfect. You are spot on with the open beta. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I told you. So a lot of people, bought this product, and we're not the only one who launched, for sure. They launched on SaaS Mantra. There are customers from there. And then they came back to us, as our first, probably as one of our first deals. And when we did this one independent launches, I couldn't, for me, I was more as an affiliate, just like right now, WooFunnels is launching the deal. Cartrick is helping promote it, but and then of course Martech is promoting it, but the deal belongs to WooFunnels. So the deals that we are as a digital thing, our setup as a company, started on April the 6th of this year, where now every deal that's coming is going through vetting. We have rejected deals like crazy. We tried to even promote some of the deals on the marketplace, just like Dealify is doing. But to be honest, we were not impressed. Some of the deals going there, like they look good. There's a lot of hype in the Absumo groups. This Kenmo and everybody. Oh, look, there's a gem in this. There's a gem in that. And then when you go to the reality, it's a terrible product. So we're not gonna sell anything on. If you are on the Absumo marketplace, absolutely. Again, Absumo does not have any agreement with them. It's just like it's you against the developer, right? So Absumo actually distance themselves from this and say anything on the marketplace at your own risk. So we are not going to launch any Absumo marketplace products. That's the reason, because we're doing a lot of vetting, we're doing a lot of cleanup, we're making sure that things that come to us are only good deals and developers we can deal with, right? We launched Mailivery. We launched Mailivery. All the customers, everybody's happy. Everybody's asking me to bring it back. We launched GridPane, which was a very old, LTD that's been there, but still it's a solid and amazing product, right? We launched Courage Email. A lot of you guys bought it. Max Email, the guys are putting out. Even our regular deals that we launched last year, the ones that I just helped promote, like Hoko, they're all pushing updates. They're all working. And sometimes things, again, LeadCard 1.0, it's not bad. You could actually handle a lot of things with it. The problem is, Mohammed told everybody it's going to be 2.0, so just wait, don't do anything. And everybody decided, okay, you know what, I'm just going to wait for the new one. But to be honest, if you were to get started at some point, you could be using it if you had to, right? With so many options available, things have been moving forward. Again, I don't know if you guys remember, I was using Plug and Paid for a long time, and trying, I loved it. But then suddenly the guys deviated from what they were supposed to do and then got into email marketing and some crazy stuff. While there's so many bugs and crazy stuff within the cart itself, right? And still, does it work? Can it sell? Yeah. But when it comes to like doing real stuff, like big stuff inside, it has its own issues. Now, that said, I don't think lead card at this point, the way it is, it's in any way, form, shape less than what Plug and Paid could do. That's my opinion. And I still believe if somebody, wants to quickly use it, nothing stops you. If there's any bugs, I think Mohammed should assign someone, a developer, to fix all those things. That said, if something happened now, maybe a developer left to work and then they have to find somebody else, this is understandable, part of life. And I really want you guys to know that, it's not the kind of outcome we want for our community. Digital thing is like thinking itself like, we want to be the best, right? And we don't want to be any negative information coming to us. In fact, if you guys don't know this, and I want you to know this, yes, my name show up on that comment. Done is better than perfect. Yeah, I never know. Yeah. Of course you're not. Yes, Derek. I see you. And so This is the point, guys. If you you know there was communication problem, I think Mohammed shouldn't have waited until July just to make this announcement. If he knew that the timeline could take longer, this should have been communicated a bit earlier. Then, if I were him, I would commit a little bit more resources because they have no money problem. I know this. I know. I'm really aware of how, the amount of money they raised, and the commissions they paid. Everything was just nothing compared to what the amount of money they raised, and so um, they should be able to have all the resources to put into development and make this into the best thing it can be. Saying that I'm gonna leave the LTD space, I'm gonna be this, posting stuff like that's not gonna help. You gotta take responsibility. If you tell people I'll do this on July 15, it has to be done. You screw up, you own up, you let the community cut you into pieces, and then come back from it. How do you come back from it? I would say if you said I'm gonna do this until the end of the year, put more effort and put some people to shame by coming back and having the product, ready within 2 months or 3 months maximum, right? Things happen in life, it's part of life. We're not saying that the deal sold out to somebody else or it's not gonna work. It's just a matter of time, and I think that's understandable, right? I hope we can uh, get more information and find out what's going on. But so far, if you feel like you want to go ahead and start working with the product, please go ahead. It's okay to use LeadCard as it is, from my understanding. They just need to put more support, fixing the bugs, and if you're more patient a little bit more, that's okay. That's understandable as well. So why not, right? So that's first said. I mean, he promised 2 weeks ago that version 2 will be ready for July. Yes, that's also exactly. Um, we should exactly. So that's the thing. If you made a statement 2 weeks ago and then you come back today, I feel like I don't want to believe you anymore. I understand that part. That's no excuse for it. And so I would say if you feel like you need a little bit more time, understandable. Maybe 2 more weeks, understandable. But then to say that it's not going to be ready until the end of the year, I think that's terrible. And probably he should come back with something. And we're not going to leave it there. If I have the time, I'm going to reach out to him. If you need his help, we're here to help. If you need developers, we're here to help. If you need support team, we're here to help. I actually had good developers reach out to me and say, if this guy needs help, let's know. We're here to help, right? So there's so many people from the community who are here to support. Few people are very upset, and it's understandable. Some will take advantage to try to uh, negatively paint, digital thing. But trust me, we are absolutely feeling the pain a lot of you guys feel, and the planning that we had, because I honestly saw how the new tool looks like, and he demoed it to me, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. But then to make sure all this proper coding is done, to make all that all good looking stuff is working properly, probably it's taking more time. Then I don't know what happened. Is a developer who left work? Is a developer sick or something? Something drastic must have happened, which I will find out and come back and then communicate with you guys. But I want you guys to be very understanding that in development things happen. Sometimes it takes longer. I actually remember a few months back, I said I was gonna launch a product in the group, which was the deal that launched on Sumo product stash, and we made everything. Everything was good, and something crazy happened. Something crazy happened, which the only time I'm waiting is for them to launch. When they launch, maybe I'm not gonna go into it, but something crazy happened. Like I cannot even talk about it. Okay, and development's delayed for 3-4 months. I don't know, something like that. So whatever happened, there is a very detailed, written statements and conversations and you know screenshots and everything. Some crazy stuff happened, and we had to move the launch to another date. and may never even happen. you know, may never even happen. So yeah, our plan June 15 to launch. Actually, it was supposed to be in May, and then it delayed to June 15. And then something crazy happened. Blog. I have to blog about that. There's no way on earth it's gonna go like this. But I'm waiting for the move that's gonna follow this. So things happen in life. So if I promised to launch in May, and then in June 15, they gave me the date. I actually had to move calls from July into June to accommodate them and replace them with the other product because we have scheduled for the products we launch, right? I don't want to launch too many crazy deals at the same time now until we are stable and we understand our systems are, our processes are all functioning, right? Exactly. So um, that's how things are, guys. Things happen, in this. You seen that calls came to me in August 2020. No, August. No, so sorry, March 2020, and we've been going back and forth, and it was all about trying to launch, and now it's launched in. It was supposed to launch in July, and then we launch in June, right? So here's what we have. Some people are giving some good ideas here. Uh, you should have kept improving the original product exactly while building the new one. That's true. That's what I told him. He's like, no, 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 they're not gonna need it. The new one is gonna be much more amazing. Muhammad, the problem with him is he he he's so confident 100% in everything he's doing, and sometimes that gets to him, that gets to bite him. So I think this is going to be a very humbling experience for him, because things don't work according to your plan always. You have to always have a backup plans, right? So you should have kept the original. While that's the main issue here, when everyone is saying use the current version of lead card, it's working. Yes, it's working, but we all know that this version haven't been approved in the last many months, and now we know it won't be in the near future too. Sorry about that. And no one would start using such product knowing that there'll be no development and improvement. If we have to use a completely new product in 6 to 8 months, why bother with the new? That's true. That I really agree with you. That's why I personally have 100 stack. Uh, so I have no plans to use it at this point because I was waiting for the new one. And to be honest, I fall in love with the design of the new one. I was like, yep, that's what I want, right? And so that makes sense. But if there is an urgency for someone to use it, because we are all LTD addicts. I have Thrivecard. I have public subscription billing, which I bought way before even I bought Thrivecard. I have, plug and paid, 100 sub accounts, probably two accounts, each 100 sub account, I guess. Then I'm using Paddle. I do use different, different cards. If you are that kind of person, an addict like me, definitely you're not gonna feel the urgency to use it. But at the commercial side that I was planning for, it definitely is getting delayed because I wanted to use this with clients as well. But that said, if somebody needs to use it quickly, of course, there's no need to wait, right? So please consider strongly about refund requests if anyone are not happy at this. The situation was, well, the situation was created by the LC team, not the customers. That is understandable. So that's something on the table for him. If he's the one who got paid for it, definitely. And if he feels he should refund anyone, of course, talk to him, send them an email, and find out if that's the right way. If they feel that they're fixing this within a very short period of time, and that whatever they sold you also is working, then I guess it's not gonna be a good argument, right? Given that this is something that was sold like a year ago, almost a year ago, right? We're getting to July. The launch was somewhere in September, I guess. So it's almost a year, right? And so there'll be so many, I think, challenges to refund. To be honest, let me tell you this. I had one client who came to me. It was a while back. A client who came to me for something they bought from me like a year ago or something, and I wanted to refund them, but my own system, the one that I had, the system that I actually, was using, couldn't refund because it says this transaction is more than 6 months, right? anything more than 6 months couldn't even refund. So sometimes, depending on what payment gateways you're using, there will be some challenges to this, and then it's gonna be another mess of accounting and taxes and all this stuff. It's not an easy thing to just say refund, right? So in any case, I think I will take his word for what he said now, but we'll try to see what we can do to have a conversation and see how we can bring people to. I don't know if does this work. Okay, yeah, exactly. So that's my position on that one. So definitely, if he feels he can, I mean, why not, right? All until launches. He says we won't hear from him up until that's completely BS, and I think that's the worst point he put together. That's like the worst PR piece somebody should put out, right? Some people just don't understand that. He should be daily communicating with the customers and talking to them and updating them on what's happening. I think you should set up the beta program immediately. That's my position. And I don't, just because we launch with someone or we work with them doesn't mean that, whatever they say we'll support. Of course, I do not agree with that. And but I also feel when there is something, if there is explanation for it, or if there's a reason for it, uh, we should give them a little bit of more time. But given what was in the post, I don't know unless there is something else that he doesn't want to tell us. I don't think there was enough explanation as to why they should be moving by 6 months. I can understand 2 weeks. I can understand a month, but how do you get 6 months wrong? That makes no sense. There was this story. I'll tell you a story before that happened to me. There was I rent a space somewhere not far from here for an education center, right? And at the end of the what they do is in their lease, you pay your rent, whatever is there. Then they have what they call additional rent. I don't know how many of you guys had to deal with that. The additional rent is basically any extra expenses that the plaza incurs during the year, and they give you an estimate. So you pay whatever you're paying as rent is an estimate. Is an estimate of your rent plus the additional cost, right? So let's say if the rent is $6,000, they'll say maybe additional cost this year is going to be $1,000 more, which is $7,000. So they'll take the check up front. Then at the end of the year, they'll have $12,000 of your money as additional cost. What they'll do is, if the additional cost was more, they'll ask for more. If the additional cost was less, the additional rent they call it, they'll give you a check. Sometimes you get a check for only $500, but most of the time they'll ask for like, oh, maybe give us $1,000 more. We're short by 500. This has always been what I'm used to, and it's part of the if you own a business with a physical location, you should have seen that a lot. But then the funny part was in one of the years, the guys just gave me another, asked me to pay $14,600 additional rent. No, they already paid 12,000, let's say, but then they wanted another additional 14,000, and I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. And they're like, oh, it's an estimate that we give you, but based on the actual numbers, the estimate this time uh, was not right, and it's $14,000 difference. It's like, man, the estimate looks way like the standard deviation here is crazy. So the number that I'm used to is not making sense. We actually had to fight it, you know, and we got somebody involved, and they actually lost it, and we never paid a penny for it. And they're like, you know what? The customers are here with an expectation, and the expectation is if you are um, telling me that the rent goes up and down by 1,000 maximum a month, and I'm already giving you that $1,000 extra. Why do you want to ask me for? So in this case now, Mohammed to come on July, 1st to say in 2 weeks time we're gonna give, the product will be live, and these are the new feature, and then to say, oh, it will not be ready until the end of the year. I think that's a big difference in estimate. A month, two, understandable. So here's what I'm gonna tell him. And to try to see what went wrong, why it went wrong, what can be done. We're living in a digital space, and everybody has to take some responsibility for the actions, right? If you make a mistake, you got, yeah, it's understandable, but explain it. Let me understand why you did it and why it hasn't been done, why it hasn't been communicated earlier. If I know I'm not going to finish something in 2 weeks time or in a month time, I'm not going to tell people I'm going to finish this in a month. Absolutely not. There are some things that are out of our control, sometimes happens, right? I had an issue. If you're a grid paying customer, I had a promise a bonus, and some of you guys got it probably by now. Some did not, and the reason is because I was connected to a third party that was supposed to deliver this, and it took time to get it together. But finally, I have the promise fulfilled. And if you didn't get it, that bonus, reach out to me. I still have your codes on. We're gonna make this happen, right? So the delay is because I made a promise. I didn't say when it will be delivered. I said as soon as everybody pays, or when you pay, we'll do it. However, up to now, some people didn't pay, right? They're still making monthly payments. That said, I made that promise. I will make it happen. And guess what now? The first 27 people who completed their payment, I got the list from GridPay. I have your codes that you can go and claim, and you get access to even a lot more stuff than what we waited for. We made the offer 10 times better than what it was. So things delay, understandable, right? But I would, if I was him, I wouldn't be sleeping at all. I'll be working 24/7, making sure I bid 6 months to just 2 months, right? To make sure that everything works fine. And of course, you need the LTD community. Your product is not gonna go and sell in the sky. It's gonna sell online. And and of course, if you ever take time to not do things right, you definitely are gonna pay big price. That's always been the case with anybody who messes up with the community, right? It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you do. We will always. I have to be accountable. If I am the one who's screwing up people, right? People will have to come after me 100%. It's not going to be a joke, right? And if you do the same thing. So we are all here, guys, to make sure that everybody, is understood. If Muhammad asked for an extension of time, let's try to be understanding, but we also don't want to be blindly understanding without proper explanation. And that's what I did ask Muhammad to do, and he can, explain to us what happened, what went wrong. Um, just saying that I'm not gonna say any post is absolutely garbage and bullshit. I call it. That doesn't cut with anyone, and I hope that he retracts that statement immediately, and that he comes forward and says, if there's an update to be made, do it. It's your face. That's your product, right? And these are the people whose money you took, and these are the customers who paid you upfront to make sure, and you had enough funds to hire as many developers as possible to make things right. See, for me, an LTD investment on LTD money is supposed to be used for the product. It's not something you use to buy a house or a car or anything. It's not supposed to be that. If an LTD money was raised because you have a product and you made some money out of it, think about how much money this is going to make for you if you develop it 10x better. It's gold, right? To have a nice software that works with money coming in every few, hours. That is amazing. That's what you all want to do, right? So to take it lightly, to not push development, to not be actively, exactly. So look at Public Connect. Public Connect is just every day push, and then dollars are just boom, 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 right? Niraj is just having vacations right now. So that's the kind of developers we want. We want developers to actually, we should be holding events and conferences. So I think, Niraj can teach them about development and how things work. Public Connect started as a very mediocre, tiny little piece of, product that was just meant, their initial decision was to try to automate public subscription billing, right? And the emailing. That's all they wanted to do. And then it became a product, and then now it's one of the best, right? But every day they're adding, updating to the point people are tired of update. Like, okay, hundreds of updates every day. And guess what? As a result, people are buying Public Connect every single day. And you can see the value, right? And trying to, you know, be better always, develop, make the best. That's what you want to do. Think about it. If today, uh, they just launched some money, used that money, and never developed, they wouldn't have made more money. They made more money now than they made even during the launch, right? So that's what I'm saying. People need to understand that these tools are big, big, big investments, right? Yeah. So any questions? Something was up with web signals this week. Any idea what happened? The site went down and Google search listing was all in Chinese. Let me check. That's weird. Didn't hear anything. I was getting some notifications, but did it get hacked? It's working fine on my web. I can see it. I just see the website. Let me check. Mm, I just see web signals. I Google. I don't see what you're saying. But maybe who knows what happened. I don't know. I didn't hear anything. Yeah, it's working fine on my end. Yeah, probably you searched the wrong website. I'm just kidding, but I hope everything's going good. But yes, Web Signals had an update few days back. I don't know if you've seen. Um, oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So all reports go to spam. Okay. Yeah. So, but I reached out to Web Signals team a few days ago. They been, Indian situation, whatever, a lot of crazy stuff. But I think they're back in action. There's some updates there. I talked to Hoku. They're doing well. I always, keep in touch with all the deals we launch. I talked to Mailivery. They're adding so many features. Mailivery, new update for you guys. Okay, if you are used to connect the way you used to connect with Gmail, should have changed now. If you haven't done any changes, um, it was just now the integration with Google. I think it's just one click, I guess. And I haven't checked actually. That's something that they communicated this morning to me. They say that you should be able to Mailivery should be able to now use the new Google stuff. So let me actually check. I haven't. Yeah, and that's a German, the German guys. Okay, let's see here. So what they're saying is now. Let me share my screen um, quickly. So what they said was Mailivery can now connect to add new account. Let me try. See, sign in with Google. Okay. Not like, see, before this wasn't the case. So let me try to connect my Gmail. This one here. You see, guys? And there we go. Send on your behalf, right? So I'm not going to connect this one. I disconnected that. 1 second. Let me try another one. I have my 10 sub accounts. Okay. What did I do? Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm here, back in action. Okay, add new. So before, I don't know if you guys remember, to connect Gmail, let me use LTD Presso one. What is that one? That's another one I used to use. But let me even try this one. This is okay. It's my mm, yeah. Okay. See now? On your behalf, Yes, allow, and then allow, and then my name is Mohammed, last name Ali. There we go. Oh, n- next. I don't know what that means, but let's go here. Next. Oh, put this one here. Next. What? 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 Why am I getting this? I don't need this. Uh. Oh, so they still want you to do this one as well? They still want you to do the other thing as well, I guess. So maybe then you can now send from inside Gmail, was it? I don't know what this means, but let me check. Should be. Oh no. Mm, 1 second. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know what this is. So two-step verification. Oh, I have to use my iPhone. I forgot that part. Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna go to that. But just wanted to see. So I don't know what they said. Is it was the that step where Google is now letting you log in with it. That was the one. But I didn't know that the other parts are also needed. So maybe I'll find out. I'll get more clarification why that's the kind. I thought just you're gonna just one click, and not don't have to do all the other stuff. But maybe also the flow is not complete or whatever. But I'll find out. But that's the new thing about mail delivery. They told me this about this morning. I don't know. Yes. So any other things? I will see works now. Okay. So any yeah, we'll just keep things straight there. Let's just yeah. So I'm gonna talk to Mohammed. And see what the solution will be. If people, uh, I mean, everything he said was okay, understandable, not okay, but the way it was said, the timing, and also the fact that he's saying he's not going to do an update that didn't make sense until the end of the year, and then also that version one needs to be, you know, supported, and of course all fixes done. These are the things that we will talk to them. If you need his help, we're here to help, and there's no problem with that. Now there are people who will take advantage and tag me. It's like Mohammed promoted this and this is that. Well, part of the LTD space, guys, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It all happens every day. Now that it's becoming normal. Tonight I was just seeing somebody made a post saying, "Oh, Vietnamese is no longer there. It's shutting down in August." I don't know who used Vietnamese. Many people probably liked the tool, and then they said it was shutting down in August, right? And yeah, and that's it. I will talk about something now completely different, a little bit different. The issue with conversion AI was resolved. Now, it's not that it's resolved, or actually, it wasn't even an issue to begin with, to be honest. But it would have been the way they made the mistake was they promoted an early adopter program, which helped them a lot, right? Unlimited deal. And I wanted to actually address this one. It's a little bit different. But they say you're going to get the unlimited deal, early adopters, you get access to everything, unlimited. Don't worry about it. Come on board. And what happened? Everybody paid $99 a month. If you think about it, there is probably a lot of customers, like a lot, right? Because there's so many hype and promotion and affiliates, and the JV Zoo people are there, and the real gangs, the internet gangs are there, like ClickFunnels people, those kind of guys. And guess what happened? The guys made money, like crazy money, and all they did go on a spree, a buying spree of all the good tools out there, especially those that got approved for long, long form. Like Shortly had an amazing engine, and these guys decided they can buy it. Oh, they can't hear me. Who can't hear me? Why? Hello? Can't hear me? What happened there? I hope everybody is that everyone? Did I press the wrong place? Because I can preview my own voice here sometimes, right? Let me check here. Ah, man, come on. You are audible. Yeah, everybody, I can hear. Everybody see you. Of course, yeah. Yes, guys. So let me see who couldn't hear me. Um, yeah, Vignesh Yadav, come on, man, you gotta fix your speaker. Okay, and the so they made like a lot of money, crazy money, and then they acquired or bought all these other things. The headline stuff happened, and then there was the Shortly that happened. Now, I'll be honest with you. I did under pressure from a friend buy the early adopter program, right? And then I tested it. I didn't see any difference between any of the any other products being promoted right now. You gotta do this and type a little bit more and then try it. And if you could do the same with Right Sonic, you could do that with any of the other tools. So I couldn't understand the hype. Then I forgot about it completely. That even I bought it. I was supposed to cancel my subscription, given that we got it for only $69, and there's a friend who wanted me to get it, so I had to help, and work things out because I like that person was, trying to make me understand how it works and all that stuff, and they are an affiliate and they wanted their 30% commission. But sometimes I do things not because I want to buy it, because I want good relationship with people. And I bought it, and I wanted them to get that 30% of $99, whatever, $69, whatever that becomes for them is, I'm okay with that. But I was also trying to see how I can recover my money from it every month, try to use it, all that stuff. But I haven't used it. So I could rent the 2 seats or give it to my VA to play with it and do some, content writing with that. And then the upgrade thing came, and then they said, oh, you have to pay additional $20. Trust me, it was worth more than $20, and I have no problem with that. The problem I had was that they promised it will be an early adopter program. The price for anybody who's coming new is $119. If you had to pay $20 more, it will still be $119. So they'll be no early adopter. So what I told them, and I made that post in the group, was, well, if I'm a newcomer today, right, I can just buy your deal, abuse the hell out of it for a month, and then grab it next year. Create content for the next 12 months and grab it next year. The early adopter, and I think they don't understand, is supposed to be some privileged. Like with me, I'm with a company called Fido, and my good friend Derek knows them. And 15 years ago, I signed up with them, and they gave me an amazing plan. I have unlimited calling to the US, Canada. I have probably 70 gigabytes of data. 70. Okay, that's crazy. No one has that plan ever. Go around. And then I can text anywhere in the world, unlimited texting, free, right? I can call 24/7, like, it doesn't stop. My phone calls, like, I can call. If you're US, I can be on the phone with you 24/7, 30 days, 100 days, doesn't matter. But I only pay $99. A long time ago. I never ever changed, because if I change it, I can never get that. That plan probably will cost you $700 right now. But what does it bring? For me never to move from these guys for the last 15 years. The same company never changed anything. I travel outside Canada, let's say Europe, anywhere. If I'm in Europe, my phones are free. I call, if I'm in Africa, I call here for free. So I never take, if I travel to Turkey, to Dubai, I keep the same phone number. I don't buy local numbers. I don't need it because for that $100, my numbers calling back Canada, people calling me from within, it's free. So I don't ever downgrade it. Ever. $99. Forever. Right? So 15 years later, every year they'll make 1,200 from me after, so they made about probably $15,000 over the last 15 years. These guys are rushing like, make some money, $10 here and there. They don't understand the value of early adopter program. And that's what I was trying to teach them and make them understand. There has to be an incentive for me not to cancel what I have. Like, if I cancel this month my Fido, I am done. Like, I can never get that plan again. And that's the only reason why I don't even put my plan on hold, right? Exactly. You understand, right? Exactly. So that's where these guys don't understand business, right? They don't. Because now the early adopter and the other person, the difference is only what? Nothing. The same. You can join today and buy it for $119. And then those people who bought it last year or last April, the hype and everything on early adopter programs, nothing. So what's gonna happen is, and I also understand them. I see their game. They feel and they understand that their first mover advantage always. They're trying to reach as many, just like ClickFunnels, right? They also have a feeling, probably, yeah, there's exactly ground. There's no early adopter program, and I also have a feeling that they know that everything that they're doing now, that long form, that the advantage that they have, like niches cannot get approved for it, will be approved in the next few months, and so they are trying to grab as much money as possible right now. I think that's their goal, and that's what's gonna happen. They'll just make some money, and then everybody's gonna drop the subscription, and they don't care. And for them, early adopters is not gonna work anyways, so they know what they're doing. They're making. If there is 20,000 users, I have a feeling there's quite a number of users right now, and each one is making $20 more. They'll have made about $4.8 million in sales in the next 12 months. And then to them, buy another company, whatever, exit, it's up to them. But the tool itself is not bad. They took shortly and they did a few things, and I was actually looking at, I'm going to show you guys how it works. And the boss mode thing is the only, that should have been what the $99 was for. What they had was terrible, and those people who had shortly actually had an advantage, only that the way they were programming things and you had to manually type stuff wasn't good. So these guys took that piece, they took the API from there, put it in here, and made it into like crazy stuff. So I don't know how many of you guys have seen it, how it works. I'm going to show you if you want, but it's amazing. Honestly, I played with it. There's a reason why there's a hype for it, because it's actually it's funny. Like I'll show you. Let me show you. Um, why. Let me just show you quickly. This is why it's funny how it could be not the best, but just at least the let me go in here, conversion. I'll show you guys quickly why it's why the hype is happening. There's a reason for it. Let me show you. Let me share my screen. I was playing with it now, that's why I remember this. So here we go. um, Where is it? Where is it? Conversion. Am I on an incognito? No. Okay, check this out. Okay, so if you can see my screen, I'll show you something. I'm just playing with it. So let's pick a new one, a new form. And what you can do with it is, you see, you'll say, uh, you'll talk to the guy and say, Jarvis, comma, write, let's say, an article on self employment, something like this. And all you need to do, write an article on self-employment, right? And all you need to do is you take command and enter. So there is two, command plus shift, and then there's command plus enter, right? Once I do this, so I'm gonna actually show you how this is gonna work. Is there two options? You can make it write longer, but for the first time when you're doing it, you take command. I'm using actually maybe it's control with the other with Windows. I'm using Mac, so all you need to do is command and enter, and then guess what? Just let it go. Self-employment is a type of occupation, so command and enter again. I'll just do that. Okay. No unread property map of undefined. Okay. Hold on. Write an article on, okay, the importance of self employment. It's a hit and miss, but in most cases it can actually do that. So now that I made it into something, the importance, it's okay, the importance of self employment, right? So the cursor, command and enter. So this is the fun part. Now what it's gonna do, look, it's going to write an article. So what it wrote is self-employment is a potentially good option for entrepreneurs who lack work experience. It's not always easy to convince an employer of your business skills, and this can be especially difficult for those with little or no work experience. This article examines how self-employment may be the perfect solution for such individuals, as it allows them to get into get it on entrepreneurship sooner. So all I need to do now is just click Command J, right? And then guess what? Like, yep, it's just gonna, right? It may even be better in the long run to work for yourself, as the skills and knowledge you gain from self employment are more valuable than whatever kind of experience you get at a traditional job. The article goes on to say this can be especially true when out, blah, 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 right? Just keep hitting it. And so, and I actually chose the Medium article, so that's why it's gonna just keep hitting until you play nice with it, right? So it's gonna read everything about it, and then it's gonna continue. So sometimes, the more it moves away from the the top, the longer it's gonna take to produce the article, right? So, and yep, it takes. So says generate next sentence at cursor position. That's what it does. Okay, well, let me see. Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's gonna take a minute or two to read the whole thing, put it into context, and then it will continue. So that was the fun part about it. You know, it's very interesting how, and some of the output is not bad actually. If you're actually a good writer, you take your time and then you do it. I don't, and then there is sometimes if something like this, you know, somebody died or somebody got killed or something got injury, all that stuff, it's just very sensitive, it stops doing that. So that's what the boss mode basically meant, was that you do not have to touch anything. You let it write, you just keep pressing enter, and then sometimes you actually delete and then let it write again. So in this case, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually make it delete this. Let me see if that's gonna stop it. Let's see. I just deleted that. So it's probably too many people generating stuff. It's frozen. How you make it, command and escape? Or was it? That was to stop it. There's a way to stop this. Okay, take it out. Okay, cut. Paste again. Yeah, it's making no sense. 1 second. Okay, try this. All right. As the article states, this was where we were. Okay. Turn this into long article and keep going. Right? So it will just write, and see, it will make you read this article, and you know, companies who have followed blah blah, not counting counters, blah 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 blah, it ends. So I think that's what it did. It just wrote a short article and it was the end, right? We need to automate this with Publi to generate and schedule an entire blog on autopilot. Yeah, that's possible, bro. This is definitely possible, right? So this is crazy the way they have it. I was playing with it, man. It's just like, write a story on the right. It's like write a story right on the princess who uh helped no who changed the world, something like that. Like if you want to create no princess, something like this, who changed the world, and then command and enter, boom, let it go. The princess who's locked away in the tower by an evil witch, blah 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 blah. The only way to break the curse for her. And then you know what? Well, I don't know where it's getting all the story from, but it will just continue to write. See here? Until you hit a brick wall. Oh man. And I have no idea where that's coming from, but keep going. You see? The characters. Look how it does. Look. Tales of the Tingle edit. Oh my god. It's just it just goes nuts. So it's actually gonna make a breakdown of this, and it will write like I think it's look, Super Mario Bros. 3 edit, mysterious major late night edit. Oh my god! And then it stops somewhere. So you'll say some craziness out of it, but I don't know. I'm just gonna clean up again. Try another one. Let me try another one. New document and scratch and call this one uh, tell me, okay, write an article about the software, no, the lifetime deals community. That will be fun. So do they even know that? Oh god, that's crazy. Look here. Lifetime Deals community is a community of people who are always looking for deals on the best products. They ask each other where to find the best deals, and when something new comes out, they are the first ones to know all about it. What's more, they love long warranties from brands that offer them. Lifetime Deals community is an online hub for those in search of deals on just about anything from clothes to electronics or even food. They'll have your back no matter. It's so fun. Let's keep going. In recent years, the demand for products that have lasted long, blah blah blah. They're looking for clothes that will last them more than a year. Holy smokes! People are looking for clothes on an LTD. I didn't know that, Derek. You do that stuff, eh? Yeah, this is on boss mode right now. Yes. Yep. It's crazy. Yeah, lifetime deals community has seen this demand. Oh, has seen this demand on a rise, so they've decided to share the word about products with lifetime warranties and high quality goods that were made just for you if you need something. So just play around with it. Man, keep going. So deals community exactly what you need. There we go. So you can features deals and products compatibility lifetime deal communities. Oh my god, that way it goes crazy. So it goes like who we are, and now they're saying lifetime deal is compatible with iPhones. Yep, it probably makes sense. You're compatible with iPhones. Deals and products with lifetime warranties. Oh, so they're saying the deals are compatible with this. Okay, that makes sense. Just keep writing. So the boss mode is just it's just you know it's just crazy. It sometimes goes off track, but you can ask anything and it will write for you. You could write stories with this. You could do a lot of. So I think they're gonna see a huge rise in the consumption of whatever the number of words or the articles written every month. People are gonna use it now because this is the only way. Now that this makes sense now. Boss mode is the only. This is what you call AI. Working for you, right? Before it was just really a lot of work. Yeah, type in, write an article about lead card taking 6 months longer than scheduled. Okay, write an article about lead cart as a software. Doesn't even know what lead cart is, but I think that's what happens. Command enter. More than 6 months. Oh, look at says LeadCard, a software for e-commerce stores that's used to power the back-end sales analytics of your business. LeadCard helps simplify management of inventory, orders, shipping, customer data, so you can focus. Yep, man, it does. It does. No, it knows LeadCard. Content. There we go. The keywords to use. Okay, so the article requirements. This is what it's saying. Oh my god, look at the do not plagiarize this. So why don't we do this and make it right? The title. Oh lord. So it looks like it's copying some stuff, man. I don't know where it's getting this stuff from. Oh my god. It just keeps going and going and going. But we live in a crazy world right now. Look, you can also bring it here and make it expand. Do you see? I forgot about that. When it says the content, you're supposed to put it there and make it right the content. This is crazy. This is crazy, guys. It craves like post pace and phrase. It does. Are you sure, Graham? Yep. It's. I didn't know this, but I look forward to using it. I think for the first time I'm gonna start writing articles now because I can feel the gaps in between and make it happen. Fancy recipe. That's what it looks like. To be honest, that's what it looks like. But that's true. The article, it looks like it's spinning stuff. That's right. I'll pick this up for any legal advice I may need. Lol. Oh yeah, yeah. So, um, if you actually talk about that, like say, uh, write an article why a business needs. Actually, you know what? If you say an article on a blog post, it does different things. Why business needs a lawyer. And there we go. Command and enter. So it says write an article about yep, command and go. Is that Tulu? Okay. Take this out. Put back and then command and enter. This one. See? Look at how nice it writes. And it says the law is constantly changing, but it can be a useful tool for business owners to stay on top of. One way to do is by finding a lawyer that specializes in the specific area of the law you need help with. A lawyer will know all the law and regulations that affect your industry, how they come into being, what the consequences are if you don't follow them. A good lawyer will also be able to give you advice on future legislation affecting your company. So you can, this is cool actually. And I wouldn't say it's a spinner. It's if okay, maybe a fancy spinner because spinning means I already have the content. Here, I don't have any content, and I make it, write the content. So it's crazy how like this is actually high quality article, and it does really good job. It does a good job. You will love it. Just play with it. I showed this I was showing this to my wife today, and she was like, "Wow, this is cool. I can write books now." you know. So let's see if she writes books with this. Right? It's crazy, and it can write some stories about some crazy times, and it. I don't know where it's getting the stories from, but some of the stories are very very interesting. Yeah. for any legal advice. Okay, guys, it's a late night. The late night show is coming to an end. Hopefully, we yes. So it does duplicate a lot of content I've been finding. Are you sure? We can put it through plagiarism checker and see if that's gonna be the case. It's something that's there that you have to double check. You can't just publish, right? You have to double check it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna have to go, guys. It's coming to 2 a.m. Hopefully that we'll get more information from lead card, and I'm gonna leave it there for tonight. I don't know if you guys noticed. I don't have my beard anymore. I took it out, but I'll bring it back soon. Okay, guys. Thank you.